Okay.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This your boy Jay Mason inside the Time Machine on WUAG 103.1 FM, playing the best of new and old school hip hop, R&B, and everything else in between. With me on the phone right now, I have R&B singer Adina Howard. Miss Howard, welcome to the Time Machine.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm fine. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule and doing this interview for me.
Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule and interviewing me. How about that?
Yeah, so we're both satisfied.
Absolutely.
Yeah, now let's go ahead and get this started. When did you get your start singing?
Professionally?
In general.
Well, I started singing when I was 7 years old. My mother would make sure that she forced me as much as she could to sing, be it her company that would come over to the house, or singing in church.
Okay.
So I've been singing since a little girl.
Okay, so you were pushing the talent show circuit while you was doing the Pass Me Not.
No, you could not get me to do a talent show to save my life. I was shy. I couldn't. That was something that I would not do. My mother tried to get me into talent shows, but I wouldn't do them.
Okay. Now, when was it that you first said, like, man, this is what I want to do for a career?
I have absolutely no idea. I really can't tell you that.
So it's not in your recollection?
Nope, it's not in my recollection at all. I have people that tell me that when I was younger, I used to practice my autograph in school and tell them that I was going to be famous. And I don't remember that at all. At all. I vaguely remember practicing my signature, my autograph. But I don't remember when I just said, you know what, this is what I want to do for a living. Because for me, it was just something that I did. I wasn't that comfortable with my voice when I was younger because I would hear other people, other females around me sing, and I always thought their voice was better than mine. So I just would not sing as much because I was just like,
Okay. Now, who were some of your influences growing up?
My mother was my main influence because she always, pushed me to, sing and be comfortable with my voice. And, then, of course, there's, Madonna and Prince and Nancy Wilson and Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle and Layla Hathaway, just a lot of, different people. I loved their voices, and it just was like, okay.
Okay.
Now, I could do that.
Now, what was your take on the late, great Phyllis Hyman?
I loved Phyllis Hyman. I still actually love her. I still have some of her music. I was very shocked when I found out she killed herself, but a great talent. Great talent.
Great talent that never really got her just due. And,
that tends to happen with a lot of artists. I think that it's a situation where just know that you've been blessed with a gift and really don't wait for others to acknowledge you because God's already done that. That's just my point on, my point of view.
Okay. Now, when did you first get that deal?
I got my deal in late 94, and the single came out in 95.
The single was Freak Like Me?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about that record.
That record was written for me. It was some cats out of Baltimore, Maryland called Mass Order. They wrote the song. My manager basically sat down with them and told them about, my personality and what I'm about. And Freak Like Me just, it was written to a T.
Yeah, definitely, because I remember back in the day, I was like 8 or 9 at the time, it's freak until the day, but be like, girl, what you doing singing Freak Like Me? And we can pump.
Okay.
And you was hearing that at a cookout, a picnic, let alone probably a church picnic, be like, what you doing playing Freak Like Me at this hold my meal wash out missionary Baptist church picnic? Especially when this was around when Freaknik in Atlanta was popping, so
yes.
So that was getting some heavy plays.
Oh, yes.
And that was off the album Do You Want to Ride?
Yes.
All right, now tell me what other joints you had off that album.
Actually, there were so many songs on that album. Let's see what else after the Freak Like Me. The other single, did they make another single? I don't think they chose it. Actually, they did, but after Freak Like Me, they really didn't push the album after that. But I think the single after that they were pushing was either My Up and Down or It's All About You.
Okay. Now, you guys didn't expect Freak Like Me to blow up like it did.
Did I expect it?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not. I didn't know what to expect. Actually, I went into it expecting absolutely nothing. I just, just did what was asked of me as far as goes with recording the song and doing my job.
Right.
And it came about that it was a success.
Okay. Now, what was it like signing that deal? You're basically coming into the business like green, and you get that contract in front of you, and basically, normally most people, they're giddy, like, yeah, I'm going to sign a record deal, but not knowing what the legal jargon is, and basically you're in for a whirlwind.
Absolutely. I don't get excited about a whole lot of anything. I wasn't excited about the deal. I just was like, okay, this is a job. Because my mother raised me to look at this business as a job from day one. She told me, I remember her telling me this, if you get in the industry, remember, it's a job. You show up on time, you do what is asked of you, you produce, you perform, you make it happen. And for me, it was a job. I mean, it still is a job. Don't get me wrong. I love what I do. But at the end of the day, this is work. It's not all fun and games. It's, what people see in videos, they get it misconstrued that, there's no work involved. You can, you go shopping and you buy this and you have, big toys, you play hard, and, life is just, great. They don't see, the wee hours of the morning, that you have to do in the studio, not getting any rest, having to do photo shoots that last hours, on end, and flying here and there. They don't see all of that. And so for me, it's always been, this is the career you chose, and with that comes a lot of hard work. So it wasn't ever, and my mother used to get mad at me. She was like, has it hit you yet? I'm like, what? Has it hit you yet? And I'm like, no, it's what I do for this is my job.
Right.
So the legal jargon, I wish I would have known a lot more. But everything happens for a reason. Had I not gone through what I've gone through with this in my career, with all of this, in my life, I wouldn't be who I am today. Okay. So, I can't say that I wish I would have done it differently because I wouldn't be who I am.
Okay. Now, the first album is a success. Now tell me about the T-Shirt and Panties record.
T-Shirt and Panties was written by Jamie Foxx. I was in the studio recording a song, and he was like, look, I got this song that I think would be perfect for you. He had, for the most part, the production down. He didn't have it completely written, but he told me what the idea was. And I told him, I said, look, I love what I'm hearing. Just demo it for me and get it to me. And within a few days, he had the song demoed. I fell in love with T-Shirt and Panties. And it became one of my, one of the classics. But the interesting thing about T-Shirt and Panties, I wanted that to be the first single off the album, Welcome to Fantasy Island, but they said that radio would not support that.
Oh, yeah, because of the lyric content. It was very overtly sexual, more overtly sexual than Pretty Ricky on the Hotline.
Oh, please. Oh, please. I think they say, worse stuff now than I've ever done. And at least with my lyrics, it's classy.
So it was tame compared to what Pretty Ricky is saying.
Exactly. To me, in my mind. But then again, we're in a whole different, stage of music. And young folks nowadays are a little bit different.
Yeah, definitely. Because I know back when that song was in, I know a lot of boys probably used that song like, yeah, girl. I'm sitting by the bed right now. Got on my tank top and my boxers.
You and that.
Girl, what you got on? I got on my T-shirt and my panties and my boy shorts.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what comes after that. Now, tell me about Welcome to Fantasyland. I believe you had
Fantasy Island.
Fantasyland, Fantasy Island.
Get it right.
Yeah, okay.
No fantasy land.
All right. Now, did you have a track on there with JoJo from JoJo? Casey. Yeah, I was close. One of them.
Yep.
One of them, Josie.
It's called Damned If I Apologize. That was a song that my former manager had wrote and wanted him to be involved with the second album. And it was a pretty cool song. But the album never came out. The label never released the album.